Morning, girls. How are we doing? Back here again with Chantal. She has already put us another one. I've come up this morning and she's already posted one. It's called Taking Off My Hijab, and it shows like her sitting there and there's a black circle around her head and it's a question mark and it's like, has she? And it's like, oh, obviously she wasn't going to. This is not this thing she's going to do is like an announcement like that. She's going to, if she's going to do it, it's going to be like a big song and dance thing like, Christmas has changed my mind. Am I actually a Muslim, guys? Because Christ or something like that. It's going to be some nonsense storyline that she's going to think up as to why she takes it off. Or it's going to be, I don't know, just like she gets high and drunk on a live stream one night and decides to take it off and then never can be arsed wearing it again. One of the biggest reasons why she's likely going to keep wearing it is because, like I said before, we know what type of man she wants. She wants an Arabic man. It makes sense that she wants an Arabic Muslim man because she thinks they're like the cool alpha males of the man world. That is genuinely what she said before. Like, oh, Muslim men are very controlling and possessive and alpha male. Like, that is it. So she's very clear that's the type of man she wants. So she's already like, I'm pre-packaged for this. By the way, yes, I do realize she looks like ridiculous. She looks like Elton John. She has her fucking, like, her cheeks tucked back into her fucking hijab this time. So fantastic. So she always wants to be pre-packaged to just slide into another one's DMs. Like, that's obvious. Also, she has been lying to people for ages to say that she has like a full head of hair again. That her hair has regrown when she was previously like balding and had to shave her hair bald because she looked so bad. Well, no, she's been lying to people and saying, I have a full head of hair again. It's all grown back, guys. But you'll never see it because only my husband can see it. So I don't think she wants to take it off because she'll be, oh, well, fuck, I have to like admit I was lying this entire fucking time.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know what you're thinking. I'm back in Canada. I know a lot of you
You're sitting in a car.
To just take off my hijab, me to go live a lot. I know, okay?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of things.
I don't know if people thought she was going to go live a lot immediately. Like, people thought that she would probably, like, I don't know, crumble and then start going live. I don't know if she was go live immediately. Salah's in the comment section down below where it's him, like, being upset about non-Muslims talking about this because, of course, and reaction channels because reaction channels obviously live rent-free in their existence. And she obviously had it pinned because I think she's still trying to pretend, it's like, well, look how close we are. He still comments on my YouTube video, guys. It's like, oh, I'm convinced.
To take care of and do. And I just find that the videos are more safe for me right now because honestly,
more safe?
You know, it's just realistic.
Are you gonna be assassinated? Like, she pretended she was gonna be, like, she said she couldn't go back. As a Muslim lady, she said it was dangerous for her to go to Canada right now. Acting like she was about to be, like, murdered. People, like, told me about it, because, like, she had come out and said something like, I've only just heard recently about a guy who, like, hit a Muslim family with his car, and apparently that happened, like, fucking a decade ago. It was like a good number of years ago. It wasn't like any time recent. But she was like making it out that she couldn't go back because she was scared that like she would be like hunted down by the Canadian clan or something like that.
Unfortunately, some people ruin the fun for everyone, right? It's not safe for me to go live right now. I get stalked, I get followed around,
no, and
it's just not
cool.
So, you know,
it's not safe for me to go live because I get stalked. What are you talking about? When the fuck did this happen? Is she talking about the fucking fatty fashion show? You know, the one that she advertised? A public event that she advertised that she was going to? Like, you can say if it was cringe or not for FFG to show up. That's fine. If you want to argue if it's cringe or not for her to actually have gone to it, that's fine if you want to argue that. But it's not stalking for you to say, I am going to be a model at a public fashion show and her to show up. It's not bizarre. It's not weird. It's not insane or anything like that. It's like, yeah, bro, that's just how it is.
Oh, I'm trying to safeguard my privacy. These were in my car. Remember these?
They look ridiculous.
I'm trying to safeguard my privacy right now. So
like what?
Yeah. When I'm settled into my own apartment.
But people already know like she's staying with like her family. Like people already know that. That's why she told her family to lock down their social medias because clearly she was staying with them. So like, what difference does it make? Oh, I don't want to live stream. It's probably because your family don't want you live streaming because they know what you're like when you're live streaming. I bet her family fucking hates her being a YouTuber. I bet they're absolutely disgusted with her fucking life and they just don't want her live streaming in their fucking house, which makes sense. Like, do I think people might take things too far? Yes, sometimes, but like, to put it very bluntly, and this is certainly not to encourage anyone because I think if you do this kind of shit, you are actual scum. But it's not like she's ever been like swatted or anything like that, you know? Because it's Canada, I don't really think it's as easy to do shit like that. But she's never been like swatted or anything. If she was someone who got like swatted a lot and being like, I'm worried about streaming from my family's house in case they swat me when my family's there, I would certainly understand that. But it's not like that's the type of community that she has. Like, if it was, fuck, I don't know, Ice Poseidon, who gets swatted nearly every time he goes fucking live, or Aiden Ross, or Wings of Redemption, who's, I think he's only been swatted like once, like before, but, you know, once is too many times already, obviously. If it was people like that, who had like a really dedicated haterdom, who like really obsessed over them, and like actually like swatted them, did like criminal acts to try and mess with them, that would make sense. But Foodie doesn't have that. Foodie has people show up in live stream and call her fat, occasionally. She doesn't even have that many people in her live stream anymore. Like, would she get a lot more now that she's back in Canada? Certainly would. But I don't think it's like a worry. Like, I need to worry about my safety right now.
Or house. I'm not sure what I'm going to be renting.
Whatever Pete's can afford.
I will film, like in the kitchen, my bedroom, stuff like that. I just won't show the outside of my location or anything like that. I'll be very careful. I'm being very careful.
Which is fine.
There are literally like psychotic people who are on my tail, and I just
they're on my tail.
It's just I'm trying to.
Sorry, that was a bit much. She's making this seem like such a big thing. It's like, yes, does it make sense to like hide where you? Yes, of course it does. Of course it makes sense to be safe and not show off where you live. Of fucking course it does. Like, it's so obvious. But I don't know, she's just her, I guess. She can't just be like, well, I want to have a bit more privacy. I don't like the idea of people being able to, like, because people used to, like, drive past, I think, Natter's house occasionally to see if her car was sitting out front. I think that was, like, the extent of it, which is, yeah, like I said, you can argue if you want on if that's a bit much cringe or whatever the fuck. But yeah, like, it makes sense that you want to have your house be safe and you don't want people to know where you live. That is totally reasonable. But of course she has to make it seem like if she doesn't do that, people are going to be breaking through her windows in the fucking dead of the night and coming after her because they're psychotic and they're after her.
To be more responsible for my own security. And
yes, she should be.
My own privacy more than anything, you know.
And it's your responsibility,
so,
no one else's.
Yeah, this is a sweater.
Is it 3X?
Penningtons. We will Penningtons bees.
Is it 3X?
But this is from Penningtons, and it's
I love it. She literally lifted that piece of fluff off and then just dropped it back in the same place again. What was the fucking point of that? She actually picked it off and just dropped it back in the same place again. Weirdly, suspiciously, she hasn't mentioned what size this one is, guys.
4X. So, again,
it just depends how Never mind. Never mind. Guys, this is the 4X. It's slowly going. The next one's going to show us a fucking, like, 17X or something like that. It's suspiciously slowly creeping up here, guys. But, like, remember, this is the woman who says she's not ashamed of her body. Not ashamed whatsoever. Doesn't care what you think. And she's seriously going into her now explaining that it's a 4X, but it's how it's made. You know, I'm a 3X everywhere else, but it's just because how this one specifically is made. I was like, bro, if you didn't care about your body, you wouldn't feel the need to justify your fucking clothes sizes.
It's from, etc., etc.
Ridiculous.
You know, I wear anything. The only place I really wear 3X is from Maurice's. They're made big. So if you want your clothes made big, I would go there.
Yeah.
I wear between a 3X and a 5X. Depends. So, anyways,
that's quite a shot. That's like me coming out and saying, guys, I wear between a small and a fucking like 3XL. It's just like, Jesus fuck Christ. And it's quite a difference in size.
I have a busy day. I'm gonna go get my car serviced. Look, I'm not getting rid of this car. Like I said, it's paid off, and I don't have to worry about car payments. So that's awesome. That's all you care about because you're broke. Yeah, which is like fine. Like, you don't have to address every negative comment fucking constantly. This is the thing. Remember, this is the girl who's like, I'm so much happier. And she does seem happy to be back in Canada. But she's just so annoyed constantly. She's like, half her fucking time back in Canada has been addressing the haters so far. And it's like, bro, you don't need to. It's meant to be a fresh start. Just don't. For that, I haven't had to. I mean, this is the first time I haven't had a car payment. Like, we have the SUV in Kuwait, and despite what a lot of people think, that's Salah's car. Yeah, he pays his own. He's paid his own bills before me.
Definitely,
he will continue to pay his own bills without me. Okay.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
You know, people say I'm broke. Well, then how can I?
Oh my Christ, she is actually fucking raging, bro. This is gonna be a fresh start. Rent free. Is this right after the live stream? Did Salah do his live stream and she immediately went out and got in her car so she could like film a video ranting about the haters because she was so upset about how the live stream went with everyone making fun of her?
Afford to pay for 2 households and 2 vehicle payments, and all these debts I'm paying back. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
What 2 households are you paying for? So I can afford to pay for 2 households? So what 2 households are you talking? Is that a Freudian slip that her and Salah live apart in Kuwait? What is, yeah, 2 vehicle payments, but people don't believe that you pay this off because this doesn't make sense because you weren't meant to be coming back to Canada, so why would you be paying this off? People think someone else maybe bought it off you and just gave it back to you. So people have those kind of theories. They don't think you were paying this off because you're like, Why wouldn't you have just paid your taxes then? if you're willing to pay extra shit. People think that you were supporting Salah in Kuwait. 100%. People do believe that entirely. Yes. People didn't think you were paying for a second household unless you're saying that you paid for Salah's other household. Or is she trying to pretend what she is doing right now when people don't think that they're even like still really together and that their contract has ended and that she is just running from him? Now she thinks people think that, oh, well, she's paying for him back in Kuwait and also herself in Canada. It's like, but you aren't paying anything in Canada right now. You're staying with like your aunt or your mom or something like that, and your car is apparently paid off. So how are you making like 2 car payments at once? No, your argument doesn't make sense because it just doesn't fucking make sense, bro.
People are so willing to contradict themselves to fit their narrative, but
you're the only one who contradicted yourself there. Like, the only argument that if you're paying 2 households, especially when you're in Kuwait, that you're paying 2 households and 2 cars off, no one thought you're still paying for the Kia. People thought the Kia was fucking gone. Like, people think you're paying for the SUV. Yes, people do think 100% you're paying for the SUV. People think that you're supporting yourself and Salah. Yes. But the second household, where's the second household coming from? Like, you weren't supporting Pete's. Like, does Salah have a second household? Is that where the second family thing comes in? Were you paying for Salah's second family or something like that? Now that you're back in Canada, people don't think you're helping Salah anymore. People think you're trying to cut the ties from Salah entirely. You're not paying for a household here. You're in like your mom's house. So there's no contradiction in their thought process. You're the one claiming you're paying for 2 things when you aren't actually doing that.
Just anyway. So
she's so upset.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get this car cleaned up, detailed, serviced, and
it's been 3 days so far of I'm gonna clean my car. 3 days so far.
And we're good to go. The Kia
will
be brand new.
Are we?
But yeah, I mean, you know, just other than normal.
I wonder if that car's ever gonna get cleaned.
You know, I'm definitely not gonna get another car payment right now. So
yeah, because you got afford it. Yeah, because you're broke.
So yeah. I guess that's it.
That's a good point.
I wanted to talk about the hijab.
She got so annoyed that she actually got herself fucking out of breath. Holy shit.
Like I said, I know people are expecting me to go back to myself. I mean, I can still be myself and wear a hijab. This is my religion. This is also, it's just, I'm going to stay covered. Like, I know people think that I'm going to come back to Canada. And
I really am curious. Like, well, firstly, I think the first time she gets high on stream, that thing's probably coming the fuck off. But I'm kind of curious. I think entirely it is just because she doesn't want to show that she has not regrown her hair like she's been claiming for months. Remember, it was not long after she put the hijab on, she claimed, oh, I'm taking collagen now, guys, and oh, my hair's all come back. Remember she was claiming all that shit? I just think she doesn't want to be caught in that lie. I think she is just, like, absolutely panicking that she's going to take it off and she's going to look ridiculous.
Completely take off my hijab. People are expecting it, and
yes,
it's kind of, you know, disheartening to see people think that I'm just taking religion as a joke. I'm not a perfect Muslim. Nobody.
You are taking religion as a joke. You're literally come back to celebrate Christmas. And you're like, you're the person who said you're such a devout Muslim that you refuse to learn anything in Thailand about Buddhism or Confucianism or anything like that. You refuse to learn that shit because I'm a devout Muslim. I don't care that I'm at the big Buddha temple. I don't care that I'm at that massive temple carved out of wood. I'm a devout Muslim. I'm not here to learn about their culture. That's exactly what she said. But now that she's back in Canada, she's happy to do Christmas celebrations for Cameo so people will give her money. Yeah, you are treating religion as a joke right now. You are.
Nobody is perfect. I'm still pretty new. I mean, it hasn't even been a full year.
Are you? It's been over a year. It was like October last year. It's been over a year. It's been like 14 months since she like put it all on. And everyone, the second she put it on, everyone knew she was going to do the whole Muslim storyline. Everyone knew that. But she was the one who pretended. It was months and months later she finally made her decision to become a Muslim. But it's like, bro, but you were doing it like instantly. The second you got with Salah, you were doing it. Everyone knew that storyline was coming. You're the only one who pretended the storyline wasn't coming until you then announced it came.
You know, I'm not perfect. No, not all the time. But
you're never perfect.
This is a hijab, okay?
I'm not perfect. Not all the time. Bro, when the fuck has she ever been even close to, like, passable? Not even perfect.
I wear this because I have to cover. So for those of you, even though I've said it many times, there seems to be a lot of people who don't know. I have to cover everything except for my hands, sometimes my feet. You know, when I pray, I cover my feet and my face. So I have to cover.
Yeah, okay, but like I said, I don't do religion or anything. I don't particularly give a shit. But I don't know. I know Muslims who do not cover every single inch of their body. So the fact she says I have to do this. I think that's massively debatable, but obviously it's whatever sect of Islam that she follows, like, sure, whatever the fuck. But it's just her coming on and trying to like say, I'm gonna say it again, when she's the one who said, like, I'm only new at this, I make mistakes all the time, but she's then like trying to talk down to people about basically how stupid are you that you don't understand this.
For my neck, always, and the chin, yes, my double chin.
Which
even,
chin?
Okay? So yes, I have.
But you don't have you literally said you have to cover your chin, but you don't have your chin covered. It's only covering your double chin and triple chin and quadruple chin. It's not covering the normal chin.
To cover everything. Now, when I'm in the house, I never cover anything. When I'm alone with my husband, I don't wear a hijab. But just because I'm in Canada, I'm not going to stop being who I am.
Sure.
And who I am, you know, I've seen this comment a lot by people, and I'm not getting down on you. I don't mind. I expect this kind of reaction from people. You know, I know people are finding it they're in disbelief that I'm Muslim.
No, I don't think people are finding in disbelief that you're Muslim still. They just like don't believe that you're actually Muslim. I think it's like confused about it. It's like they just think this is a LARP by you. Because I'm totally on their side. I totally think this is just a LARP from you. I think you're wearing costume right now. It's like if I fucking went to Japan and dressed up like a geisha. It's like that. Like shit's a costume, you know. So I think it's kind of cringe. And it's like her saying about who she really is and the real her. It's like, bro, I don't even know if you know what you're talking about when you say that anymore. When you change on a fucking dime.
Still, you know. And I never thought I would ever be in this position. I would never be who I am today. But
who are you today?
This feels like
Which Chantal are we seeing?
I am. And you know, if it wasn't, yeah, it would be.
It feels like literally who I am to wear a hijab. It's like, God, that's a really low bar in having a personality, isn't it? Like, what clothes you wear is just who you are. She's like a fucking emo. Like an emo 13-year-old who's like, my clothes are my identity. It's just, that's just exactly what she's doing. It just feels like who I am. Was what, to wear a hijab? Is that it? Oh, okay.
I would take it off easily, but I'm not ever going to take it off.
How long until she runs with the haters again?
Even if I'm never with Salah again, that's not going to happen, inshallah, but...
Even if, but by the way, it's not, that's not going to happen. Immediately fucking glances off to the side. Okay, bro, whatever you say.
Let's say I didn't, we weren't together anymore.
For some reason...
Muslim isn't just have anything to do with him, you know?
It is.
It's me.
What?
Me too. So this is...
Having Muslim has nothing to do with him, even though, like, this literally, within a week of her, like, kind of, like, suggesting him online, she was wearing it. Like, and then she moved out and totally took on their cultures, their traditions. She hated the evil West until she needed to come back to the evil West. Everything like that. It's like, yeah, it was because of him. Because you're just copying him. You were just playing the role for him. That's it.
A decision I'm making. It's not, no one's forcing me to do it. It's a decision I've made all on my own.
You're forcing yourself to do it right now.
While I'm in Canada and anywhere else in the world, when you see me in the public eye on camera, I'm going to be wearing a hijab. So those are the parts.
That's also likely one of the biggest reasons why she's like trying to like hide where she is exactly, because she probably is just outright worried. Because like people have filmed her before in public, just like seeing her, which is not like stalking or anything like that. Like she's the one who claims that she's a celebrity. So if someone sees you in public, well, diddums, you got seen in public. That's coincidence. Yeah, coincidence. Like at that point, people see you, they might take a picture of you, they might film you or something like that. She was really upset about it though, because like when people filmed her, it was her without her filter on, and she looked horrendous. She looked terrifying. Like she was so much bigger than what she shows off when she is like doing the right angles with the filters on, with the makeups, with the cinched chin under the fucking Spanx and all that kind of shit. I think she probably is worried that she doesn't want to get seen in public without her hijab on, that, which it might be the time when she stops wearing it, is if she ever gets caught in public without it on, which is more than likely going to happen in my opinion.
Of my aura, it's called aura, I'm always going to cover. You're only going to see my face, you're only going to see my hands, you're only going to see my
I believe you entirely.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
you know,
entirely.
That's pretty much it. There are a lot of things, yes, I do that. Technically, you know, a lot of people argue against Islam or lipstick, stuff like that.
Yeah.
To each their own. I'm not...
To each their own, apart from this hijab thing, which is not... Fucking... This is why people consider the Muslim thing to be a LARP. Because it is like, I must wear this. I must entirely always wear this. This is like such a hardline rule. Everything else, Celebrating Christmas, I think that's okay. Eating pork occasionally, I think that's okay. Eating haram food all the time, I think that's okay. Wearing haram makeup or whatever, I think that's okay. That kind of shit. It's like, that is why people think it's a LARP, because you're so weirdly fixated on just this bit that you don't care about anything else. Never see her pray. She still hasn't read the Quran, anything like that. But this one thing, this is the one thing I need to do, guys. Which is why people are like, okay, this is kind of fucking weird now. Are you just doing this bit because it's the visible thing? This is the one visible thing you have going on for you, where you can loudly announce to people, hey, by the way, guys, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. I don't need to know anything about being a Muslim or the cultures or eat like a Muslim or act like a Muslim, anything like that. But hey, I'm dressed like one, guys, so that counts, right? Because she was hoping to convince people in like the Canadian Immigration Board that her and Salah are actually a husband.
You know, people shouldn't judge other people, especially non-Muslims. I have non-Muslim
Stop judging people all the time.
Who show their hair, who are trying to tell me what is an appropriate hijab. You can even look this up. Many Muslims actually wear the hoodies as long as you're covering your aura. As long as you're covering, that's technically.
Sure. Many, you know, a bunch of them. So that doesn't. I don't know. That doesn't really change anything. These non-Muslims showing their hair. Why did she say it like that? Like, you're beneath me. You're a non-Muslim showing your hair. Ugh. Disgusting.
A hijab. I don't always have to wear a veil for it to be a cover, you know?
When do people say that?
I don't know. It's just
what?
Like...
When do people say that?
It's fine. You can go on hotehijab.com, H-A-U-T-E, and check for yourself.
God.
It's perfectly fine.
That was the same reference he was trying to use at the start when she was trying to convince people that hijabs are not a Muslim thing, by the way. Like, now she complained about non-Muslims showing their hair and shit like that. But when she first tried to argue this, she was like arguing that it's fine for her to wear a hijab. She isn't a Muslim, but she just wants to wear a hijab because it's so empowering or whatever fucking nonsense she claimed. Because did you know the Virgin Mary was to wear a hijab? That kind of shit.
So even in the Quran, it doesn't say you must wear a chiffon hijab.
I don't know. Have you read it? Have you read it yet, bro?
Cover yourself, like in the most general, vague sense possible.
Have you read it yet, bro?
Oh, I need the AC on. It's 33 Fahrenheit, and I have the AC on. So Allah was like, "You need a winter jacket. Let's go," because they have like a North Face at the mall, and I'm like, I don't want a winter jacket. Like, I am not going to wear it. I've had winter jackets.
Salah, by the way, sorry, obligatory. Salah said, "Whoa, Chantal, I don't exist." That one, a fucking kid. Bro, I can't believe we have 2 videos in a row talking about this fucking winter jacket. I can't. I don't care.
But I mean, I don't need one. I'm hot right now. Yeah. I have my undershirt. I have this. I'm covered on my head.
Yeah, because you're super morbidly obese.
No, I didn't even wear my scarf today.
No, it's because you're an elephant seal, bro. Bro, you're like 3 walruses fucking mashed together. You're well built for the winter. You're a bear who's collected all the food he needs. He can get in his cave and he can fucking chill. That is you right now. It's not because, well, I'm wearing an undershirt, guys, and I have my head covered, so it's totally fine. It's like, no, you're fucking super morbidly obese. You are fine. You're blubbered up, boy.
So, yeah, I'm just busy visiting. I'm going to be visiting people and taking care of appointments and everything like that.
This is deja vu. Holy shit, this is deja vu.
I'm running into a wall because...
You're fat?
The wait time, I called around. For most family doctors, is like 2 to 3 years.
Wow.
I mean, that's where the healthcare system is failing. Right now,
she's been in Canada for like 2 days, immediately starts shitting on the Canadian healthcare system again. Holy shit. This is the person who directly said that she is deliberately exploiting it. Who is the person who has said, like, I've been given loads of opportunities in the past and I've decided to not take any of them. And she is back in Canada for 2 fucking days and she is complaining that it is not very good for her. But, dude, maybe you should have organized this before coming back to Canada. Maybe you should have done. Maybe you should have hidden in Kuwait for a year to get away from your fucking tax debt. Maybe you should have stayed in fucking Canada then and got this all organized so you wouldn't have to be chasing this up. Holy fuck, bro.
Let's say at the Montfort Hospital, okay? Right now, I saw on the news, the wait time at the emergency is 20 hours.
Okay.
So... Look.
I know. If only they didn't have people exploiting the healthcare system. I don't know why. My mouse is doing something here. My mouse is like circling someone here. I don't know why, but I'm sorry, bro. You, out of everyone in the world, you can't complain. As someone who refuses to pay your taxes and also has confirmed that you exploit the healthcare system. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're the last person on earth I will listen to complaining about public resources.
It's just, I don't know how long it's going to take me, and that's why I'm here.
Oh, guys, oh no.
Because
I can't go back to Salah, unfortunately.
Oopsie. The healthcare that I need. And,
oh my god.
You know, there's long wait lists, and I have a lot to take care of, so I'm just...
Why didn't you fly back to Canada for like a week and get all this organized, and they say it's a 2-year wait list, and you're like, okay, peace, and then head back to Canada. So I head back to Kuwait. Why didn't you just do that and wait? And I'd have like the letter sent to your mom's address, so if your mom gets the letter, she can phone you and be like, hey there, cutie. Yeah, they said the appointment's next week. And you'd be like, okay, well, my super rich husband is now going to buy me a flight back to Canada again. I will be back for the appointment. Why don't you do something like that? That's kind of suspicious that you aren't doing something like that right now. It's so fucking stupid. It really is just fucking goofy.
gonna need to be here for a while.
It's so obvious she just doesn't want to go back to Q8, and it's great.
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna ever see Salah. We can visit each other.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
Right now, and you know, the pets are keeping him company, and I purposely, I could have easily brought her with me. Well, not very easily. I really am kind of. I feel so bad doing that, knowing that they're like gonna be on the plane.
And I could have brought my cat with me. Well, not easily. Well, actually, kind of. Maybe easy. Because she immediately has to fucking backpedal. Because she, like, this is the thing. She is always trying to counter arguments before they come up. Before she even releases the video, she is trying to own the haters by already having her counter arguments come out. And then she suddenly fucking shit herself there because she was like, oh, shit. My reason for abandoning Sam and BBJ was to say that it was difficult to take them, and now I'm trying to gloat that it's easy. I could easily have Julie if I wanted to, because she wants to own the haters to let you know I could have access to an animal to abuse. Just so you know, guys, I could easily do that if I want to. Haha, you haven't stopped me having a cat. That kind of shit. And then she was, oh shit, people can use this against me now because the BBJ and Sam thing. Oh god, I have to try and argue. And then it's just why she's arguing both points at the same time. That it's both difficult and extremely easy.
So long and stressed out. I don't know. It's really stressful.
Sure,
but
yeah.
But
I also don't care.
He wants them to be there. Like, the pets love him too. And Julia's close to him as well. And, you know.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
He's taking good care of them, and they're there to keep him company, make him less lonely. He loves the pets.
Yeah, sure. Remember the way we never saw Salah in her house? Like, literally ever. Like, ever. Like, there was never any of his stuff sitting around. We would see clothes at all. It was always her clothes. We saw a hat rack, and it was none of his hats were on it. But except his Casio keyboard sitting in the corner. That was sitting in the corner after everyone started saying there's none of his stuff there. So she set it up as like a fucking prop. It was like, oh yeah, he's definitely there looking after the animals. He's not lonely, even though he's probably staying with other people.
So he's someone who never was raised with a cat, and I said, you're gonna love the cats pretty soon. Sure enough. Anyway,
and then you'll start abusing them. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I better get going. I have a lot to do today.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, I have an appointment soon.
She just keeps saying this over and over again. I have so much to do. She said this in the last 2 videos straight. At the same time, also saying, however, it's going to take ages before anything actually happens. It's like, well, how do you have so many appointments when nothing's happening?
For the car, and hate waiting. Patience, my friend. So that's why I'm dressed like this. You know, I'm not wearing a hijab or abaya. I didn't bring any of my abayas.
Did we hit rewind?
People don't really wear them here, and I just wanted to be more casual. So? Access to like.
So that doesn't make any sense. There were Muslim ladies in the other videos who weren't wearing the full abayas in Kuwait and in Thailand. We saw that frequently. So like you didn't have. I'm not wearing them here because it's not. It's like, oh, because you're self-conscious. That's why, because you're self-conscious. The woman who's not self-conscious about her looks in any way is not wearing them because they're not normal to wear there. Even though, like, yeah, I've seen people wear them, like, in Northern Ireland. And we have a Muslim population like 0.1% or something ridiculous like that. I've seen people wear them. It's like, okay, who gives a shit? Why would you think people would care? What? No one cares. If you're a devout Muslim who thinks this is part of your culture and your tradition and your heritage and your religion, why would... Oh, some people might think it's a bit weird. Why would that stop you in any way?
Bigger casual clothes in the winter here is probably makes me more comfortable. And also with the toque, it's a winter. So wearing a toque on top of like a chiffon, I don't know if I really like that look as much. So I'm just wearing an undercap.
Oh, okay.
It's a hijab that goes to here, covers everything. And it covers my neck and my chins. If you want to say chins, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have to worry about it. You know?
It is chins. Like, if you want to say chins, she said, I don't care. It's like... But you're the one who brought it up, seeming like you care about it. Like, if you didn't care about it, you would have just said chins and then just moved on and kept talking. You wouldn't have had to address that point. It's obvious that you're the one who cares about that, bro. Isn't she the one who calls FFG chins and like her fans chinians or something like that? Like, I don't think you can be the one who brings up the chins question and then be annoyed about it.
Now and then I have my hat on top of that because it's nice and warm.
You've told us this 3 times.
I'm perfectly comfortable this way. You know, I have no complaints.
How come you're spitting so much? Like, her car's also dusty as fuck because you can see like the dust particles, but you can also see her spitting constantly, which implies she's like angry. But there's so much dust just floating around this fucking car. Maybe this is like the 3rd or 4th day she's been in Canada. Every single day she's like, I'm gonna get my car clean. Maybe just take your car and get it fucking clean, bro.
Oh, but as for taking off the hijab.
Oh my god, we just hit rewind.
People would think that. People have so many...
Did she suddenly realize it wasn't long enough for 16 more ads or something like that? Holy fuck.
Theories about me and how I feel, and you're so wrong. You're wrong about every single thing.
But
you're wrong about me being a fake Muslim. You're wrong about me
What's your favorite Quran passage? When did you start reading the Quran? Have you started yet? Have you cracked that spine yet? You're wrong about me abusing my pets, and then everyone just brings out the evidence. Like, okay, bro, you're wrong about everything, bro. You're wrong about a relationship with Salah. I saw Salah do a fucking Irish jig. I didn't know he had a bit of fucking garlic bread in him. That boy did like an Irish jig away from her when he realized he was fucking free. You were wrong. Our relationship was so strong.
And no, I'm not a perfect Muslim, but it doesn't mean I'm fake and I don't believe in God and Allah, okay?
Oh, there you go.
And you're so wrong about me wanting to eat pork. I'm never going to eat pork again. I haven't.
You have numerous times. We've seen you eat pork. And my favorite bit was that time when she took a bite out of that fucking sausage when she was doing her mukbang in Thailand, and you saw her face. Because she very clearly was just like, well, shit, that was pork. Because it was very clearly pork that she was eating. Because it was like pink on the inside. And it was just like her like, oh, shit. And then she just kept eating it because fucking course she did. I love these chicken sausages. When I bite these chicken sausages, they're so good. This sausage is made of chicken, guys. Because it's this chicken that is this sausage now. That was like a level of dialogue afterwards to try and convince everyone it wasn't pork she was eating.
Now, I will be honest that sometimes I eat non-halal meat while I'm here because it's harder to access unless you go to a specific restaurant. You can buy it in the grocery store too.
Okay, so like, you literally just walk back what you just said. I'm not going to eat pork. Yeah, people don't want to eat pork because it's haram or whatever the fuck. And now it's like, but yeah, I also don't eat halal. I just don't. It's like, fucking fantastic, Chantal. You guys thinking I'm a fake Muslim? This is what I say. When she needs to think of like her points before she starts speaking, because now she has argued the other way. Now she has actually given people evidence to use against her by accident because she has got herself trapped in a corner and she is so bad. She literally, she can think of nothing else to argue to try and like cover herself. And now we've got her admitting, oh yeah, guys, you think I'm a fake Muslim? Well, yeah, I don't eat halal anymore. Ever since I came back to Canada, I've just decided to stop eating halal. It's like, bro, it's been like 3 days.
But sometimes I go out and not everything is halal.
Yeah.
And it's just,
so difficult.
You know, I'll eat halal where I can, but the main thing is I'm not going to eat.
So bad.
I'm not going to eat pork.
You
and I'm not going to drink. And I'm also not going to smoke. Sure. Or take edibles. I thought when I came here, I was...
Yeah, you did in Thailand, though. Like, it was so blatantly obvious. Like, she was high constantly in fucking Thailand. This is the thing. You guys are wrong about me, like, all the time. I would never do drugs. Immediately does drugs. You guys are so wrong. I'm not a fake Muslim. Immediately stops eating halal the second she leaves Kuwait. Oh, guys, you're so wrong about me all the time. And just, like, proves herself wrong constantly. What?
Be craving it so bad. And there's dispensaries I was driving by.
Why?
And I really...
If she's pretending during her LARP where she hasn't had edibles or marijuana in over a year now, why would she be craving it? Remember, this is the woman who claims she is a year free of, like, edibles. Why would you be craving it? You wouldn't have cravings for that kind of shit. Unless, I don't know, maybe you did it, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 months ago in, you know, in Thailand. Maybe then you'd have cravings.
Just, you know what I like? I like the feeling of a clear head. I was thinking of how I felt when I was, like, high.
You never have a clear head.
No, I think it's worse for my depression. I really do.
Do you?
And I have a bit of a trauma from all those wheelchairs. I swear. I don't think I would enjoy.
This is like fucking Amber with her PTSD from her shoes because she fell over once, so she doesn't like wearing shoes because she fell over wearing them. That kind of shit. Now she has like fucking trauma from eating wheelchairs.
The same way. I want to turn a new leaf. I want to be different here.
Yep.
I don't want to go back to my old habits.
It's
I don't miss
full
those.
year
I never
trying.
miss them. So when people say you look so much happier, I'm happy to be able to...
People say you look happier in Canada because people are like, oh, well, she's happy to have escaped that fake marriage. But that's what people are saying when they say you look happier in Canada. Not because like you've cured your depression or anything like that, but it's because you've escaped Canada, Kuwait, which you very clearly hated being in because you just sat there in a fucking like tiny apartment the entire time, eating yourself to death. Like, that's why people say you look happy. Have we all noticed, guys, that suddenly there is no diabetes talk anymore? Her mention of depression was like a quick aside, like, oh, I won't have drugs because it makes my depression worse. That anxiety suddenly all gone. The talk about weight loss surgery is kind of like, well, it takes a while to get a doctor. She didn't really say specifically for weight loss surgery. Like, everything that she was like saying is desperate. I need to leave Kuwait this week. It is so desperate for me to get back to Canada. All of that is suddenly just missing from the storyline.
To see my family and take care of things, but I'm actually really sad because I miss my pets and Salah.
Oh yeah, and, say that again. I keep believing you.
The bad habits I used to have, I don't miss them at all.
Sure. Why did you get high in Thailand?
So that's false as well. Anyways, there's my sermon for today.
So that's false as well, bro. You literally got high in Thailand. Like, it's just so cringe. It's so cringe that you're just bad at lying.
Yeah. but other than that, hijab is staying on.
Oh my god, again, moving on. 4th time.
So like I said, my goal is just to keep, once I have more updates about health appointments and things, I want to share my health journey.
Sure. Just like your diabetes right now.
And yeah, just share my journey of,
but she's sitting staring at the clock being, fuck, I need to get this to at least 15 minutes. And I got 15 ads in it, for fuck's sake.
Eventually the goal is to live together again, but I have to take care of my things here right now.
Eventually the goal is to, like, see him or something. Like, eventually, something like that. I was like, oh, you're convincing me this is real.
But anyway, we'll see what the future holds. I'm taking it day by day. I'm just literally taking it day by day right now.
You're taking it minute by minute here so far?
Not feel too lonely and just keep myself very busy, which I am, so. Anyway, I'm going to do a tour of different places, like in Ottawa.
The fuck happened to your audio? What the fuck was that? Why does she sound like a robot?
My hometown, stuff like that.
Why is she so tinny now?
I definitely have a video up for you guys.
So, like, I love she's just, like, copying, like, FFG. I think she's solely doing this because she probably wants to beat FFG's numbers. Because I remember FFG had done some, like, driving videos where she was driving around, showing her off around the area. I think, like, Chantal just suddenly wants to do that because, I don't know, I think she probably just wants to get higher numbers than FFG did getting that. I think that's probably the only reason.
Do a tour of the mall in Cornwall to show you guys.
Wow.
And it's not far between Ottawa and Cornwall, so I can go on. I love driving, so we'll just do some videos like that.
I love driving.
I'll see you guys later. I'll let you know how.
I love driving. I just chose to not do it for the full last year because This is why people say you took on Salah's entire personality, where you're, like, stuck in your house. Because, like, you love driving, but you didn't drive at all for the past year.
How much my car was and what was wrong with it. And then I'll probably end the video. So, thank you guys for watching, and yeah.
What is with the audio?
So my car is fine. The only thing I need done is some brakes, rotors, and pads. And after labor and everything, it's going to be quite costly. It's going to be like $1,500, but I'll have good brakes for a little while. So that's...
It's fine. There's really very little that needs fixed. However, it's going to be very expensive. What the fuck? Is that Tim Hortons? Is that a Tim Hortons? What is that? Timothy's? I don't even fucking know what that says.
Good, so I'm getting that fixed right now. And in the meantime, I'm enjoying some complimentary coffee and some Dad's oatmeal chocolate chip cookies.
Wow. That's impressive.
Okay, you guys, I'm grocery.
Oh my god, is she out here seriously pretending? Look, hey guys, I'm just here getting some beans and eggs and some salads and broccoli. Yeah, guys, that's what I'm getting. This is my shopping so far. Okay, bro. You know what? Fucking whatever you want to say to me here.
Free shopping, and look at the things I found. I got some pasta sauce, 4 cheese.
I guarantee people have already gone through this and pointed out how every single thing she's showing off here is bad for diabetes.
And I got some Lunchmates, the turkey and cheese ones, with a little Kit Kat. And I also...
With a Kit Kat? Why are you getting, like, that? Why are you getting, like, the chocolate bars and shit? Like, aren't you, like, super diabetic? Aren't you about to die? Isn't that why you claimed that you had to, like, run back to Canada because you were about to die with diabetes?
Got some stovetop. We don't have this in Kuwait. These are basically things I've been missing. We don't have in Kuwait. Alfaghetti. Alfaghetti is one of my favorite things ever.
Wow.
And also, look at
the
these
size
things.
of that block of cheese.
Flakes of...
That's like a ski of cheese. You could do a slalom course on that. Holy fucking shit. Par maple leaf da dinde. I don't even know. Fucking, I've already offended the French before with my French readings. A lot of this looks like it could be full of salt. And then she's got, like, blocks of cheese and everything. So, like, I'm assuming, like, the diet is just gone. She's still trying to pretend to eat, like, modestly healthy, I guess. But, yeah, where did the diet go, bro? Turkey. It's so good for sandwiches. I have some hamburger helper. I'm so excited for this. I've been really craving it. I can't believe we're doing like a grocery haul round. And here we... Why is she have, like, is this her favorite shit? Remember the way she, in Kuwait, she used to put the cheese in the baby carry bit? Because, like, the cheese is obviously the most important thing in the world to her. Why the fuck's there stuff up there? I have some beef ravioli. I checked the ingredients. Was that a second bag up there? Because there's a bag down here and there's a second bag up there. It wasn't there. So I'm assuming her mom's taking her out shopping. There's no pork, so we're good to go. So I got a few cans of that because you know how I love it. Yeah. And a big block of cheese, some soup, and some other things. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's like fucking accurate representation of like a family photo between herself and Salah. Bizarre video. It's very clear she's still trying to stretch videos as long as possible for the ad revenue. The taking off a hijab thing, she covered it about 4 times, and not convincingly at any point, and contradicted herself several times. It wasn't really a good look in general. She really is talking like she has no intention of going back to Kuwait. Like, it's like, oh, guys, oh, it's going to be so long. Oh, it's going to have to be here for ages. Oh, I read on the news somewhere that it was like, oh, super long waits or, you know, something or, you know, whatever. She's totally forgotten about her diabetes. She hasn't brought it up a single time. There's no unicity in this one compared to like the last video where we at least got the reference. Even though the last one, I don't think she even gave it a shout out. I guess I'll quickly check here. One sec, guys. See if she's doing a link code. Okay, she still is actually doing a code below. So I guess she still is promoting the unicity thing. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how I feel about the video. Because it was boring in a lot of parts. I think the last one was probably better. I'm not really sure. I think we're going to get this kind of LARP for a little while longer yet. We're still going to get her, like, repeating the same points over and over and over again. And then, I don't know, like, honestly, we're at the point where it's like, she's either going to suddenly go back to Kuwait after Christmas and be like, ha, I trolled you all guys. Yes, I owned the haters by pretending that I was going away for a long time. I would never do that. Or, I don't know, or just like, it's just going to be forgotten about. The storyline's going to be forgotten about. The second Natter texture, the storyline will be forgotten about, and that's probably going to be it. Well, that's going to be the video, guys. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.